Hello guys, welcome to Pharma Palette. In your exams, questions on epithelial tissue and its classification are very common. But many students lose marks because they either skip the key points or write incomplete answers. In this session, I will explain the epithelial tissue in a clear and a structured way. Its definition, origin, characteristics, location, functions, along with the classification, exactly the way you need to present it in your exams to score full marks. So if you stay with me till the end of the video, you will know what to write, how to write, and how much to write for maximum marks. Before starting the epithelial tissue, we need to know what is a tissue. Tissue is the group of cells with similar structure and its functions is called as tissue. So, coming to its origin, epithelial tissue is developed from germ cells, that too, all the three layers of germ cells. So, what are those three layers? First one is ectoderm, second one is mesoderm, and the third one is endoderm. So, what are these germ layers? These are the embryonic tissues from which all the tissues and organs of the body develop. Coming to its characteristics. This epithelial tissue is closely packed together. These are arranged in the form of continuous sheets. These sheets can be either single or it can be in the form of multiple layers. Epithelial tissue will be helpful for lining and covering almost all the organs in the body which are mostly subjected to the frequent wear and tear. So, coming to the location of epithelial tissue, this will be present in the body surfaces, body cavities, body vessels, and the lymphatic system. Now, get back to functions. Coming to the functions of epithelial tissue, these are useful for protecting the body. Because this is useful for covering and lining of the body cavities, they will be functioning as absorptive, excretory, and secretory. This will be also contributing for the sensory reception. They are also used in the formation of the reproductive cells. Till now, we have seen the basic introduction where we have learned the origin, characteristics, location, and its functions. Now, let us get into the classification. The epithelial tissue is classified according to two characteristics. So, the first characteristic is based on its arrangement of cells. Second one is based on the shape of the cell. Now, let us see both characteristics in detail. The first classification is the arrangement of cells into layers. These are arranged as one or more layers based on its function. So, in this, the first one is called as the simple epithelium. So, the simple epithelium will be arranged as a single layer. So, this is the diagram. So, the second one is pseudo stratified epithelium. Wherever you see pseudo word, it means false. It will be looking like this, where the cells are arranged in the form of multiple layers, and here the cell nucleus will be lying at different places. The third class is the stratified. So, in the stratified, we have the term stratum, which means a layer. These are arranged in the form of two or more layers of cells, and these cells are useful for protecting the cells which are underlying. So, this is how they look. This is the diagram of the stratified epithelium. So, in the first class, based on the arrangement of cells into layers, we have seen three epitheliums in it. The first one is simple epithelium, second one is pseudo stratified, and the third one is stratified epithelium. Now, let's get into the second class. Now, the second class of the epithelial tissue is based on the cell shape. So, here the shapes will be varying based on its function. So, the first one is squamous epithelium. This squamous epithelium will be looking like the flat structure. It will be very thin and this will be allowing various substances. So, this will be allowing the passage of different substances. Coming to the second one, which is called as the cuboidal. Cuboidal epithelium, it will be tall. These look like cubes. They can be hexagons. And these are having the structures called as microvilli. Microvilli is something that is useful for the absorption of secretions. Now coming to the third class under the cell shape, which is called as columnar. Columnar cells generally look very tall. This will be protecting the tissues which are underlying, and on the apical surface they will be having the cilia structures. These are mostly useful for the secretions or for the absorption. This is called as the basement membrane. Now coming to the last class under the cell shapes, which is called as the transitional epithelium. Why do we call it transitional epithelium? So this is an epithelium that will be changing the shape from the squamous epithelium to cuboidal epithelium. So that's why we'll call it as transitional epithelium. That is all about the classification according to two characteristics, which is the one is the arrangement of the cells into layers and the other one is the arrangement of cell shapes. If we mix these two characteristics, we will be getting the following types of epithelial tissue. If we mix both the characteristics, we will be getting the following types of epithelial tissues. In that, the first type is the simple epithelium, where it is divided into the first one, which is simple squamous, which has endothelium and mesothelium, and the second one is simple cuboidal epithelium, and third one is simple columnar epithelium, which is divided into ciliated and non-ciliated. Ciliated is something which has cilia, and non-ciliated means it does not have the cilia. And the fourth one is the pseudostratified columnar epithelium, which is again divided into ciliated and non-ciliated. Now let us see what are all the epitheliums which are present in the second type, which is the stratified epithelium. So in the second type, the stratified epithelium, we will be having the stratified squamous epithelium, which is divided into keratinized and non-keratinized. Keratinized is something which has the keratin in it. Non-keratinized is something where there is no keratin in it. And the second one is stratified cuboidal epithelium, third one is stratified columnar epithelium, and the fourth one is transitional epithelium, which is also called as the urothelium because it will be lining most of the urinary tract. So this classification is based on the shape of the cell at the apical surface. If the question is explain in detail about epithelial tissue and its classification, what all you will include in that answer? First one is you will write the definition of the tissue, then you will write the epithelial tissue, its origin, characteristics, location and its functions, and the classification based on two characteristics. One is the arrangement of cells and cell shapes, and if you mix both these characteristics, you will be having two other types. The first one is simple epithelium and the second one is stratified epithelium. That's the complete explanation of epithelial tissue and its classification. If you write this much in your exam, it is more than enough for full marks. Just remember to keep your answer structured and neat. If this helped you, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Pharma Palette. Thanks for watching. See you all in the next video.